It's a little easier as an adult to admit that I was afraid of the dark when I was younger. That it took me a long time to graduate out of having a nightlight in my room, and that I had nightmares, and I was afraid that there was, a ghost or demon or goblin or boogeyman. What it was exactly was not important, but that there was something in the closet in my room, or perhaps under the bed, that was built by my grandfather. It was a bit of a platform bed, plenty of storage underneath. Somewhere, there was something that was a bit scary. But eventually, I wanted it dark in my room, and I slept better that way. Nightmares, sleepwalking, sleep talking, I did all of that as well. I think connected to the fear of the dark. So one night, when I heard that bump in the night, it freaked me out. Now, the layout of my room, you need to know. So I'm laying in my bed, that platform bed, head to the wall, open on both sides, a very vulnerable position that I regretted. Closet's over there, hallway door over here, window on this side, window straight ahead. In this window is a fan, a window fan. My parents did not have air conditioning. I mean, at that point, it was an older house, Mount Joy. They never put the air conditioning in until I moved out. So the fan is in there, but it's one of those nights where it's summer, stormy, passing over Mount Joy. It's raining, it's windy, there's an occasional lightning strike. Really beautiful night. The cool air has come in, it's refreshed, so I didn't even have the window fan running. But the wind's sort of blowing it, so the fan's spinning slowly. Windows open. And the thump that I heard was actually more of a metal-on-metal clank outside, which I, of course, knew immediately was an aluminum ladder being put against the spout of the house. So my heart stops and then races. I have all the tingling going on. I am certain I am awake. And I am terrified. And it's dark, so I can't see a thing, and the lightning is not happening, so it's not, lighting up the situation outside. And then I start to hear the walking on the shingles outside my open window with only a fan between me and that person out there. So my heart is racing even faster, and I'm not sure what to do, because I'm not at that age where you go calling for your parents or you run to their room. But I am more mortified maybe than I have ever been in my bedroom before. And the sound continues, so I finally sit up, and it stops. Now I'm multiple times scared, from the most scared I have ever been. So I lay back down, thinking maybe I was imagining it. And as soon as I lay back down, the walking on the shingles begins again. So I sit up again, and it stops. After trying this experiment several times and being quite certain that it is correlated, I decide I'm not handling this anymore, and I go to my parents' room and tell them there is someone on the roof outside my room. Now, I mentioned I'm a sleepwalker and a sleep talker, which is weird to hear about. I don't know what it's like to be on the other end exactly, except that my parents, my wife, my college roommate all say that it's very strange. So it takes a while to convince my dad, no, indeed, I am awake, and there is someone on the roof out there. So we actually go outside in the rain and check. There's no ladder. There's no one on the roof. I go into a fitful sleep. Situation closed. All good. A couple mornings later, my dad shares a horrifying story with me. He tells me that he woke up in the middle of the night, days after I had had this experience, and he hears someone walking up our wooden steps, which are creaky and sort of thuddy. And they're walking up slowly and methodically. Thund, thund, thund. And now you have to understand also the layout of our house in terms of stairs. Most of the stairs are like this, and then there's a blind corner, and the last 4 or so come up to the hallway. So if you're in the hallway, it's a blind corner for most of the staircase. So my dad, being very brave and pacifist, steps out into the hallway with nothing and flips on the light, hoping that it will run the intruder out. Well, instead, it continues, thud, thud, without breaking rhythm at all. And now he's the one that's super terrified, and I'm not hearing about this until a couple days later and not experiencing it firsthand. Thud, thud. And only then in the light does he notice the little mouse nose coming up over the edge of the step. It has made it most of the way up. And when he tells me this, I suddenly put together that the candy bowl on my desk by the window, which had candy wrappers in it that had appeared to be eaten and messed with, was also next to a little metal, one of those balancing things that had been knocked over. And I realized, oh, I didn't do any of that. That was a mouse that had visited my room and was now again trying to make its way up the stairs to get more candy. And I realized, not every storm that sounds like it's the beginning of a murder movie, and not everything that goes thud or thump, thump, thump in the night is quite what it seems. Thank you.